Welcome back to another video from the Fosso family. Oh my god, you guys, this week we are getting to know each other a little bit. This is a sit down video. I think this is the first ever sit down video that we are doing on this channel. I mean, since we've come back, and I just thought to myself, you know, I just want to come to you guys or sit in front of the camera just to connect a little bit with you guys, just to understand who am I. I have a topic actually today, and it is generally based, I think, on my life, a little bit of Ernest, maybe how the kids also came in, and I am just talking about how life has generally been, or how is life generally here in Europe, or generally here in Germany, how life is, you know. So let's get into it. Yeah, so I wrote a little bit of notes down so that it could actually like help me to structure the video, because I know that I can just start talking, you know, and going out of topic, and you know, it's just a generalized topic. So I just want to keep it a little bit simple, but I want it to feel a little bit natural, you know. I don't want to be like reading up the points and making sure to say okay, but no, it is just to keep me on just on the structure. But I want to connect with you guys. The whole point is to connect with you guys, get to know me a little bit better. Who am I? You know, what is our channel all about? How is life in general, you know? I think that is very important for you guys to know, like, what have we been up to? Yeah, or how are we generally? So I'm gonna actually start by introducing myself. For those that really don't know me, my name is Mpho Mothoba. I am 30 years old. Yes, I am 30 years old. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It was actually I'm actually turning 31 this year in April. So when I turned 30, it was like, it came like a shock to me, you know. It came as a surprise, you know, because the years, I feel like the years just went by so fast. After like turning 25, I feel like the years just like ran to just like reaching 30, you know. But anyway, I am happy that, you know, when I reached 30, I had accomplished a little some things that I generally felt like I had to accomplish for myself, because I feel like in my 20s I didn't know who I was, or you know, I felt like I was just like trying to find myself. I'm still trying to find myself right now, but I feel like I'm kind of knowing who am I and in what direction am I going to, or what do I want in life. Let me say it like that, to just say what do I want in life, you know. So yeah, I am 30 years old. I am a mixed tribe. My mom comes from Zimbabwe, and my dad comes from South Africa. He is Sotho. My mom is Ndebele. So it makes me also a mixture. I feel like from that part, it actually makes it a little bit confusing knowing exactly who I am, because it's like two cultures that have come together, and generally, you know, you have to find a side, like where are you connecting the most, although, you know, you take mostly from your dad's side. So yeah, you know, so I feel like, you know, I the connection, my connection generally of who am I, that part is a little bit undefined, because I'm in between cultures, you know, not knowing exactly where my stand is. And growing up, we never really used to speak like our vernacular language, because, you know, my dad didn't understand my mom, as in he couldn't understand much of Ndebele, and my mom didn't understand much of isiSotho. So it was like a mixture of languages, one way or the other, and also an implementation of like English, so we can all generally understand each other. So right now, as I'm grown, I actually get to marry a Ghana guy and me not understanding his language, and we are staying in Germany, and I am still also trying to learn my father's language and perfecting up my mom's language. It's a whole chaos, you guys. So that's generally who I am. Yeah. And you know, when I was growing up, I actually was living like in two countries. We were living like in South Africa, we were living like in Zim. So at times I would be in South, at times I would be in Zim. So I was back and forth. I mean, it was an adventure. It was nice getting to know my dad's side of the family, getting to know my dad's side of the roots really was interesting to me. And us, I feel like that was very important because, you know, that is where we come from. Because I remember my grandfather, when he used to come and visit us, he would only speak in isiSotho at home, you know, where generally it's only my dad who would understand that. We would understand bits and pieces of it, you know. You're trying, as a kid, you just try to put things together and be like, okay, you know. But yeah, that's how it was. And so I feel like we have come, and I left my home country not knowing my languages perfectly. I come to a country where the language is totally different, and I had to start learning it from scratch. Unfortunately for me, you know, I am not I came as an au pair, so you had like time, I had time to like stay with the German family, and but unfortunately my first family didn't work out, so I actually moved to a second family, and the second family was actually a Turkish family, but it had like strong Turkish roots living in Germany. So this, you know how it is with, I don't want to say with foreigners, but I feel like, you know, it was just one of those things that the family that had to, like, you know, one of the advantages of being an au pair is that the family gets to pay for your language school. So yeah, that was just like part of the process. But in this family, she told me that she's not gonna pay for my language school, and knowing that I was earning little money, I couldn't actually afford to go to language school. So I actually taught myself how to speak German till today, but it catches up with me, you guys. I feel like it is not easy. I have tried to like pick up, I've tried to like improve myself, I've tried to like do certain things. I have actually really tried to not slack back, but you get to areas where, you know, you're being told like, oh, you know, we can tell, like, you know, your German is not perfect, or, you know, there's certain things that, you know, you talk and it doesn't really sound the way it's supposed to sound, you know. But generally I do speak good English, I do speak good German according to myself, but according to them, German is like when I'm at work, you know, there are people that will try to just like pick out and find out those little like differences, to be like, no, you're actually speaking a little bit different, you know, you're like. And I actually do mix my German sometimes with English, because I mean, there are times where you don't even know how to express yourself and you don't know like which words to use, and knowing that I'm comfortable in speaking and expressing myself in English, I sometimes do try and like change or remix like the English word to like come to be like a German word, so they can try kind of like understand me. Yeah. So generally that is the first point. So how has life generally been here in Germany? I feel like life was like a culture shock for me when I came to Germany, because, you know, everything is just different here, you know. When I mean different, I mean like the way they do their things, it's different, and I had to learn to actually gel in. I actually had to learn to actually put myself in a situation where, you know, I have to think like them, I have to do things like them, you know, because you're actually in their country and you're trying to learn how the tradition is and how things are done here. So I won't lie to you, it was really like a shock to me, because I came here, I think I was 20 years old. Actually, not I think, I was 20. I had just turned 20, and that same year, like in September, then I came to Germany. So imagine a 20-year-old who has just been living, I wouldn't say my best life, because at the same time, I had just finished high school, so I was looking for like where to go from, okay, finishing high school, what is the next step to do, looking for university places there at home was actually not, it wasn't really an option, because it was quite expensive, and knowing that it would put a strain on my parents, on my family, I didn't want that, because even the way I finished my high school, I didn't actually finish it like at a good note, because school fees was actually going so high that I had to like drop out and go to like a cheaper school so that I could actually write my exam. And yeah, guys, so this independent thing, it actually started at an early age. So when I came to Germany, and it was like, bam, reality. Okay, you are responsible for your life, you are responsible for the next step that you are taking, because ain't no mama here to help you, ain't no daddy that you can call and be like, daddy, come and help me. No, you are yourself, and you have to stand on your own feet. Because I have actually 4 siblings. No, we are actually 4 at home. I have 3 siblings, and they are older than me, so I'm the last born, and everybody else had to also look for their own way out, like after high school. My sister also went to England, and she had to try. In our family, there is no space of, oh, I will give up, because that you don't want to put a strain on your parents, because they are also trying to give you the best life that they can, and them affording to actually send you to like a developed country is something that I wouldn't say it's something that you shouldn't just take for granted, because it's just not easy for everybody. So yeah, generalized thinking, that was my beginning. So I came here, and yeah, I did au pair I did it for like 9 months, because at the first family that I did, I actually did it for like 3 months, and it didn't work out, and I took like a 3-month break, because I was like in a place where I didn't even know what was going on. Like I was just hit by shock of, what, this is environmental change, this is like everything is different, and everybody is so like strict, the government is strict, the system here is strict, and I need to get my shit together. That's how I felt like, so I took that break, staying at my sister's place for like 3 months. But I knew like I couldn't stay with her forever, because I mean, she's also a child, so I had to get myself together to know, to say, what am I doing? So I went on the internet, and I went like on Au Pair World, and I started applying for like families, and I started applying for families until I got the next family, which was like this Turkish family. Yeah, so when I went, and I had like a second chance on how to prove myself to this German land, or rather to just say, okay, can I make it? I really tried my best. I had to sacrifice a lot. I remember, like, I feel like it's just like, just having to cut down on those things that you feel like they have to go your way, and sometimes you just have to improvise, or rather you just have to, exactly, for situations where it's not going your way, how do you react emotionally, how do you react, like, how are you taking it, like mentally, psychologically, and all that kind of stuff. So before I knew it, I just saw that, oh, the 6 months have gone by, and I was happy, and before I was even about to leave, funny enough, the family just got so attached to me, and they were asking for me to just like what you call this, to prolong the stay, and you know, do more months with him. As a, like, I'm so sorry, my English is so mixed with German, it is so bad, but I am trying to actually like come and like, you know, explain everything to you guys in English. So when I put a little bit of German in there, I'm sorry you guys, it's just a little, it's no longer that easy. My English doesn't flow anymore. So yeah, that was it. So when I finished my 6 months, I actually went then in the process of my 6 months, I was applying for FSJ. It's called like a social year, like social year, Freiwilliges Soziales Jahr. Yeah, so I was applying for my FSJ like in the hospital, like voluntary. Yes, it's called voluntary work. Yeah, so I was applying for voluntary work to work in a hospital. Mind you, this is a so that was when I was 20. Then I turned 21, right? I had never worked in a hospital. I had never stepped my foot in the hospital. I didn't even know what I was expecting, what to expect. Like, I feel like so many experiences that have happened here in Germany have just been like a shock in front of my eyes. Like, whoa, how do we go about it from here, you know? So yeah, I actually went and I did like the FSJ. I couldn't, guys. I feel like I was struggling emotionally, I was struggling mentally, I was struggling physically, because this was where they were telling me that my shift was starting at 6 o'clock, so which means I had to be awake earlier than that. And mind you, I have never been in a position where, you know, you had to wake up earlier than 6. Oh, I was struggling. I won't lie to you. My first years of German were a struggle. But it was like a struggle in a way of for me to grow from my comfort zone and adapt into the world of adulthood, so I can say. So yeah, I did that. I didn't finish it because I just didn't even know. I felt like life was just like boxing me from all types of angles, you know. It was like I didn't finish it. I think I did like 3-4 months of it, and then yeah, I got pregnant. I had my baby Ashira, and then pregnancy also was something that I didn't expect. It was like one of those things where you're like, whoa, what is happening here, you guys? It was just wow. I'm just thinking about it, like back then, you know, I was always just shocked. Like I was just always thrown in the middle of the sea and expected to just know how to like find my way to the show, swim my way out to the show. And yeah, man, it was crazy. It was so crazy. But I'm so grateful that, you know, all those experiences, they made me stronger. I won't lie to you. I feel like maybe I needed that to actually be able to, you know, grow and actually know that, okay, you know what, this is reality. This is where I get my strength from, and this is where I have to sit down, I have to structure my life, I have to know what I want, and all those kind of things. There's so many things that I want to tell you guys, especially like, you know, in that process, like, you know, having to know myself, you know. But I will not say it here because it would just become so much of a long video, and yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, so when I found out that, okay, you know what, okay, I'm not drowning, yeah, I'm not drowning in the sea. I am okay. I had to stop. I had to figure out, like, to say, okay. And it's so funny, you know, some other kids that actually came and they were actually also like in the same position, not in the same position, but like, you know, we all came like in our 20s, 19, you know, people came, and you know, they started, most of the girls started the same way, you know, where you have to do your au pair and then FSJ. Some didn't do FSJ, had the ability to just go straight into university and, you know, find life or way out from there. And yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes we would like to sit down and be like, complain and be, oh my god, you guys, it was so hard and everything, but it is who, like, those experiences made us who we are today. You know, we are emotionally strong, we are emotionally able to face situations where sometimes you just think like, wow, where did I get the strength to conquer such a situation? But yeah, you know, so yeah, after that, I had time to be at home. I had time to actually nurture for my babies, nurture my family, nurture my home. And that was the time, I think it was, I would call it like a pruning time, you know, with so many things we just like cut off, where I was able to realize a lot of things, where I grew even closer to God, where so many things, you know, you just figure out who you are and what you want to be, or what you want to do. And I feel like as a young person, that is very important, knowing who you are, because society has a strong way of, you know, pulling you through with just what everybody is doing, or what is the norm of the time round, you know. So I'm glad I had the time to just actually sit back and actually take a step back from the world and just recognize and realize who I am. And I find that I'm so grateful for that time, because I found my strength in knowing that, no, I don't want to be that person that just is at the background. I want to go and strive for what I want in life. So here I went ahead and I applied, you know, for apprenticeship, and I applied because I knew that I wanted to have a career. I knew that I wanted to be somewhere. I want actually to be someone, you know. So I went ahead and I was like literally on a motivated mode, you know, until a door opened, you know, and I'm grateful for that. But you know, in the process of that happening, you know, where you just figure out a lot of things and you're realizing a lot of things, like, wow, you know, life is not what we have been thinking it's like the whole time, you know. It's not all floral and all, you know, candy, you know, cloudy or marshmallow. No, it's what you have to put work into. So yeah, and then the next thing, you know, when I went into the career, I just finished the career. Like, I graduated not so long ago. I graduated like 2022, and so now I am like, okay, you know, you're qualified, doing this, but is it what you want to do in life? So right now I'm in a process where, you know, I feel like this is the time for me to better myself. I feel like this is the time to, you know, those opportunities where I couldn't get into, and you know, I feel like it's, you know, one of those things that I am actually growing to, like, love myself, you know, figure out who am I in life, you know, what do I want in life, you know. Living in Germany, how we are quick to say sometimes, you know, oh God, I wish, you know, things, I could have things easy. And you know, sometimes it's patience, you know. I'm learning how to be patient. I am learning how to be able to, you know, go through those hard times, and actually knowing that every experience comes with a lesson, you know what I mean. So it's one of those things where I feel like I'm appreciating life and exactly knowing who I am. I am able to stand up. I am able to speak for myself, especially when I don't like something, because we are coming from a culture where sometimes when you speak your mindset about something, you're recognized as you're not grateful, or rather you are not being respectful. But this world that we're living in, I don't think it goes in that way, because nobody can fight my battles for me. It's only me and God that can fight those battles. So I have actually been able to gain that strength to actually stand even in front of authorities and tell them that this is who I am and this is what I want. It's either that, or I am out and I am going to look for another opportunity, whether it is going to cost me a lot. Those are decisions that I've been able to take, and I'm so proud of myself, honestly. Especially when you are living in a hard country like Germany. Germany is not an easy country. It's not so easy flowing. It's really not easy flowing. I don't know. For me, for us in the family, I see that we have to stand for ourselves. I don't know how other people are making it, but I feel like sometimes it's so good to come, especially we are connected by the social network. We are seeing how other people are doing and all that. I feel like it's only the best thing to do. The only best thing to do is actually portray the truth about life and reality. So yeah, I hope you guys actually like this little part of my introduction, my official introduction into the Foso family platform. And knowing that I feel like I want to tell you guys that or rather we are gonna try to portray the truth about life. Not life, but it's not gonna be that deep, guys. But just I feel like a connection. I don't want to filter things. I don't want to make things feel so unreal or exaggerated and be like portray, oh, life is all highs and there are no lows. No, they are lows, like low, like when you're feeling down, when you're feeling like, okay, how do I move from this certain situation? Yes, that is what I am going to portray on this channel. And yeah, guys, I just feel like I just felt like doing this video. I don't know how many people are gonna like this video. I hope you actually come back to the channel, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.